All right, here we are, another day. I don't know. Is it day 22? Let's see. Day 22. I'm keep saying it and I don't even know. Ooh, what's today? What I meant to say is day 24. Uh Christmas Eve. Nice. Anyways, today is about forgiveness. It's about the prompt is, what do I need to forgive myself for to move forward freely? I choose forgiveness to create freedom. I choose forgiveness to create freedom. When I think about that and I think about my journey, first thing that comes to mind is the weight regain, of losing about 90 pounds, 190 to 100 pounds, and then gaining that back plus more. Forgiveness in that area, which I feel like I have forgiven myself. Ooh. We're gonna do it with this now, okay? So I have forgiven myself for that, for which when we say forgiveness, and forgiveness is not for the other person, it's for you. In this situation, my old self really doesn't need or benefit from. I did whatever I did, and that's the choices, that's what I had, the skills that I had at that point. But me now, in order to move forward, in order to be free from feeling like that's going to happen again, so why even try? This is slow, this is boring, eating the same thing day after day. This is just, is it worth it if it's all going to come back? So to free myself from that, I have to forgive that situation. I have to wipe the slate clean in that area for myself. Even like this morning, I took, well, in another video that I had to record something for day 11 today. And so even in that video, when I was doing, I had just finished doing yoga. In order to do those slow movements that I know aren't calorie burning and blah, 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 but in order to take care of myself and do that slow thing that's not really, getting my steps in, or, lifting weight or making me sweat, but doing that thing that is still feeding my body, to be kind to my body, I have to wipe the slate clean. I had to wipe the slate clean of my past failures. I can't call them mistakes. I can't call them even like I did something wrong to myself. I did not have the tools that I have right now. And so that's what ended up happening. But how do you start to forgive yourself for that? I would say it starts with building trust. Just like when you're forgiving somebody, or if you're looking for forgiveness for someone, you can say, I'm sorry. What does that mean? Nothing. The actions, it's in the actions. And so with this, when you're, whatever you feel like you need to forgive yourself for, it's in the actions of proving that you trust yourself. Like I just said, of me, I don't run anymore. Not that there's anything wrong with running, but I am trusting that walking is enough. I'm trusting that me doing yoga and me eating the same thing every day, and me not going down to 1,200 calories, me staying around 2,000 calories, and it moving slow, and me losing 3 pounds a month. I'm trusting that those things are enough. Trusting my body, taking time with my body. In my actions, I am proving that I trust myself. In my actions, that I'm proving that I am worth the time and attention that this is going to take, and that I'm not trying to do a quick fix, because easy come, easy go, and it left fast. So I'm learning the habits. I'm proving that I'm willing to learn the habits and sit in this to learn the habits so that it sticks. And that's building trust. So how can you build trust with yourself today? All right, I'm going to be checking in with you throughout the day, because like I said, well, I didn't say this. I don't know if I said it, but we doing these as like a vlog. Like, it's our regular vlog, but it's our question. You know what I'm saying? So need my, protein shake, Greek yogurt, same thing. I already done wrote down what I'm having for lunch. I'm actually having tuna casserole for lunch. I'm excited about that. It's going to be real simple. It only has these ingredients in it. Hold on. Tuna, these, it's like a protein pasta. There you go. Protein pasta, some cheddar cheese, condensed soup, and sweet peas. That's it. That's all. And this is what my calories are already for with breakfast and lunch, and then dinner. I don't know what dinner is, but I like to leave at least 1,000 calories for dinner. And that is just the flow of things. Yeah, I'll talk to you. And while you're trusting yourself, remain skeptical of other things, because you see this says on the front, it say 20 grams of protein. Oh, these are the noodles that I'm going to use in this like quick tuna casserole that I'm going to make. But if you go ahead and look, and then what's hilarious is that it says on the back, it has a nerve to then compare itself to the average pasta. Okay, and I wonder, the serving of it is 2 ounces. They got the nutrition facts for the whole thing, and then they got the nutrition facts for, well, not for the whole thing, for a double portion kinda, to really a portion, 2.5 portions or something like that, just to make the number that they wanted to make true with that 340 calories. But when you look at what the actual serving size is, that 190, if you look down there, you will see that that is 11 grams of protein. But they didn't compare that to the average. Because if I go get my other things of, I think I will. Hold on 1 second. So like I was saying, the regular is 2 ounces. The serving size is 2 ounces. So the serving size of penne pasta is 2 ounces. Now, is this a better thing than this? Yes. One, this is made from chickpeas. You know what I'm saying? But this is misleading, because really, when we talk about 2 ounces to 2 ounces, this one made of chickpeas has 11 grams of protein. This one has 7 grams of protein. Let's look at carb wise. Carb wise, less carbs, 34. This has 42. And then fat wise, this one wins because it has 1 gram, and this one has 3 grams. But where this one, biotin, blah, 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 this has a lot more like other things added, right? Because it's made from chickpeas. So this is the better thing, but they just were misleading a little bit. They didn't tell the full truth. 13 grams of fiber. But in the thing, it's 7 grams, which is really good. 7 grams per 2 ounces. This has 2 grams per 2 ounces. So this is the better deal, but it's not 20 grams per serving. Trust in myself that I will be able to make good decisions, pay attention, stay in the driver's seat of what I'm doing. That is how I forgive myself, is by continuing to educate myself, moving forward, doing the right things. So yeah, I'm going to measure out 2 ounces of this before I cook it, because after you cook it, when you look on, like if you're using a calorie counter calculator, sometimes it'll say dry. It'll have that word dry on there, because 2 ounces dry is more once it's cooked, because it's water. It's going to expand, and so that it'll weigh more after. I wouldn't say it's exactly double, so that's why it's kind of easier to do it while it's dry. A way to do this if you're cooking for a big family or cooking for more than one person or more than one serving is to either, like I talked about before, either measure yours out. Sometimes I make my pasta separately than everybody else so that I have it and I know it, or measuring the whole thing, which is hard. Measuring the whole thing and then measuring the whole thing after to see what that difference is and do the math that way. But yeah, let me get these boiling so I can get my tuna casserole started. So it's time for me to do Pilates. I don't know. I told you, I think a few vlogs back that I'm doing 75 days of Pilates every day. So, yeah, it's just that time of the day. And as we talk about forgiveness, when I think about like, okay, so if I was forgiving another person, then no, it's not necessary. Changed behavior isn't necessarily for me to forgive them, right? Because I'm just trying to, it's for me. Hold on, I'm finna do some Windsor Pilates. But hold on, hold on. But what was I gonna tell you? Yeah, but in my relationship with myself, how do you show that you are remorseful, or that you don't stay in relationship with a person if they don't change the action, right? And so in my relationship with myself, changed action is evidence that I actually am remorseful for how things went. And I can't say that I'm remorseful for it, because I, again, giving grace to the fact that I know that I didn't have the tools that I have now. But my behavior has changed, and I can be trusted for my body and my mind and me to try this again. I can be trusted because I'm doing what I said I was going to do. I'm doing the Pilates. Yes, I was here earlier doing yoga, but the day calls for Pilates as well for the next 75 days. I think this is only like day 3. So here I go. I ended up doing like a 10-minute abs express. It was hard, okay? Windsor Pilates 10-minute express abs. So what I'm going to do is just do Windsor Pilates for the whole 75 days. My one day I'll do the buns and thighs one, and then the next day I'll do that 10-minute express, and I'll just go back and forth with those two, keeping it simple. And this is something from my college days that I saw results with, but I didn't ever stick to it. So I would like to see what happens if I do just this little simple 10 to 20 minutes a day of Pilates. That's it.